Oh my god, it's a really weird place. Okay, we're gonna make a video. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I hope you're having a lovely day. My name is Gwyn, and I make videos about college, fashion, productivity, all this kind of good stuff. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go click that subscribe button down below, as well as the notification bell, because I'm going to be posting twice a week now. I know, it's every Wednesdays and Sundays at 6 p.m. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Anyways, uni starts in a week, and it's kind of really crazy because I didn't even feel summer go by, and to go back to college next week is just mind-blowing to me. It is kind of really hard to convince my brain that college is happening whether I like it or not. Oh yeah, we're having our classes online also. So basically, I'm just gonna stay at home to get my mind in the right headspace. I decided I would take control of my responsibilities, my tasks, and to just really stay on top of my game. You know how every single school year you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna do better, I'm gonna be this whole different person, and it's kind of really hard to do that because number one, we won't have face-to-face classes, and number two, this is some unprecedented times. So I think it's also very important to still have that sense of wanting to be better than you were before. After how many years of saying I'll do better next sem, this sem is going to be it. Manifesting. First things first is I am going to plot my schedule in my calendar, and the thing is, the last time I've actually seen my schedule was during the enrollment, which was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna see my schedule right now. Oh yeah, so in case you guys are wondering, I am a third year student. Third year. I never expected I would say that, but I'm a third year college student taking up occupational therapy in USD. It's basically part of the rehab sciences department, and it's pretty hard and very challenging, and I can't believe I'm a third year now, which is crazy. Only a year left until we officially become interns, and I hope that I pass the next 2 sems. For this semester, our main focus would be on pediatrics, and I heard that it is going to be really challenging. So going back to my schedule, I have 7 classes for this semester, and I actually have classes from Monday to Saturday. Woo. Actually, on Mondays, I have 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. class. What? I plot out my schedule in my Google Calendar because it's very efficient. I think I've mentioned Google Calendar like 100 times in my past videos. It's just because I am really fond of using it. So I have separate calendars for my different priorities. My personal events, classes, extracurricular activities, or the organizations that I'm in, my deadlines, quizzes, thesis, which we are working on this year, by the way, YouTube, which I am really planning to get serious about this year. For my classes, instead of using a different calendar for each subject, I actually just merged everything into one. It'll like serve as my guide for what time my classes start, what time does it end. That's where my different calendars for the quizzes and the deadlines come in. So I'm a very forgetful person, and there were actually some times where I forgot that there was going to be a quiz. I don't want it to happen again. So whenever I have a quiz for a certain subject, I usually plot it beside my class so that I wouldn't overlook it, and it's also of a different color, so I'll still know it stands out for me. For the organizations that I'm in, I'm usually in charge of creating pub mats or double checking the pub mats that my teams make. So I always input the posting date so that I won't forget there's actually a post due this day or next week. If you guys have seen some of my last videos, I have been very into time blocking lately, so I created a calendar specifically for routines or the habits that I want to incorporate in my morning or nighttime routine. But I have to say, I'm not at that point where I could say, nah, I perfected it. So I'm growing, I'm learning, and hopefully I can still do this even though uni is coming by real quick. Another way for me to get ready for the semester is to create a lock screen of my schedule. So besides just plotting it on my calendar, I really need to make a lock screen because, again, I forget things easily. So actually there was one time when I forgot that I totally have classes that day, and I didn't know because my schedule wasn't there. So I used this app called Class App.
Class app? What it class up. Why did I say that?
And a lot of my friends actually use this app, but I didn't know until I went to college. I thought that you had to edit your like schedule in Photoshop or whatever. I really appreciate how you can personalize it according to your schedule, and also what number of hours of the day do you want to see your schedule have, what colors do you want, the level of opacity, background, basically everything that you could ever think of. So for the third and final step of this whole planning process is actually just conditioning my mind, my body, my soul, and basically just every aspect of my being to strive to become a better person than I was the past month. I'm on this quest to becoming more aware of myself and also my growth. And although it sounds like super cheesy, it is very hard to do. These days, we have a tendency to just let time pass us by, especially since we're just at home. And I just feel really guilty thinking about all the time I spent on just scrolling through TikTok or comparing myself to other people on Instagram. And it's very... That was a lizard. It's just a very toxic way to spend your days in. That's why I've been trying to be more aware of the things I do. And the way I do this is I have a whole process, but I don't take credit for every single step that comes along with this because I've gained inspiration from a ton of different YouTubers, some articles, and even some Pinterest infographics that I've researched online. And this is just basically an amalgamation of what suits me and what I find important for this whole like planning process. So the first step of this whole planning process is to reflect on the past month. And I do this by journaling, and some of the journal prompts that have really helped me dissect the good, the bad, and basically everything that had to do with my decisions the past month would be the following. The first one is think of all your wins or what you're proud for this month. For me, it would have to be being consistent with uploading at least one video each week. I've actually had a ton of difficulty doing so, obviously from my 2-year hiatus on YouTube. This month, I've really made it a point to be responsible. That's something that I'm really proud of. Also, another thing I'm really proud of was that I have been attending some Skillshare classes online. And no, this is not sponsored. I wish it was, but it's not. I've learned so much about creating content, productivity, how to study for exams, some wisdom that a ton of very wise individuals passed down to us. And I think that life is too short to not learn from the experiences of very successful people. Number 2 is to think of what you learned. So for me, mediocre efforts would result to mediocre outcomes. And it just goes to show that if you are not giving your all in everything that you do, you'll basically not grow. So having that kind of realization was like a slap in the face for me. It made me appreciate doing things the hard way and actually reaping the hard-earned outcomes that it gives you. And the third one is to think of what you could have done better. For me, I would say I could have actually posted 2 to 3 times that week, but I did not because I was lazy, I was kind of tired, I was very preoccupied with a ton of stuff that I could have just scheduled for another day. So that is why this month I am, alright, pushing myself to upload more because I know that I can do it if I just make time for it. But the thing is, I'm having a hard time making time. So I'm going to push myself to actually make time for the things that I want. And the last one would be how you can improve for the next month. For me, I need to create a routine that would allow me to still be able to do the things that I love whilst still being able to do my responsibilities at home and at school. The second step for this whole process would be creating a vision board. And this might not work for everyone, but for me, I am a very visual person, so I want to be constantly reminded of the things that I want to achieve or the things that I want to just embody this month. Does that make sense? So the last part of this entire planning process would be actually setting the goals. And the number one thing that you should ask yourself, what are the things that I want to achieve this month? And if you do have an answer to that, is it a SMART goal? And if so, you can proceed to actually writing down that goal in your planner, in your calendar, or leaving like a sticky note on your desk, on your notebook, or wherever you are usually in. By constantly reminding yourself of the goals that you want to achieve, it makes the process more fulfilling rather than dreadful. So can I just say that this is the 3rd time I charged my camera just to finish this video, but Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned a thing or two about how to plan for a better you this August, and I wish you well in all of your endeavors. Good luck for uni, good luck in school, good luck in everything that you want to achieve, and I hope you achieve them. I hope to see you every Wednesdays and Sundays, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you still haven't already, and I guess I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!